Katie. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about saving money on a road trip. We're going to do a little budgeting video today. I feel like when people go on road trips, especially for the first time, it is so easy to overspend. It is so easy to waste your money on things that you do not need to buy, and there are definitely ways that you can save money. And so if you are going on your first road trip, or if you've been on road trips but you just kind of want to hear about some ways that maybe you can save money in the future, or if you don't care about road trips but you just want to hear about ways to save money in general, I really hope that you're subscribed, because I will have other videos on travel and living in a car and road trips, and also about saving money as well, and how to do everything budget friendly and not waste your money, especially when you're on the road. So I hope that you're subscribed, and without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so if you don't know me, hi, I'm Katie. Hello. I have lived in this little car on and off for the past 9 years traveling America. I have been on basically one really long road trip for the past 9 years. On and off, I have gotten apartments sometimes, but I have spent a lot of my time in this car driving around the lower 48 states. And so I do know a thing or two about road trips. And one of the things is I know how to save a little bit of money, because road trips, again, especially if you've never been on one or you're about to go on your first one, it can seem like you need a lot of money to do it. And I'm here to tell you that you do not. You can go on a road trip with a very tight budget if you want to. So I just wanted to give you a few tips in this video about ways to save money. And then obviously I can do more of these, because there's definitely a ton of ways to save money. I just wanted to do, 8 or 10 or so in this video. Okay, so I have a list on my phone, and the first tip is to figure out why you're on this road trip. And that might seem really weird, and you might be like, Katie, I don't want some mindset stuff right now. I want some actual lists of what to save money on. Okay, but this is the most important one, and it needs to be done before everything else, because this matters. Why you're going on the road trip matters. If your road trip goal is to go to 12 national parks in the next month, then your budget is going to be very different than if you want to try the top 10 Wagyu steaks in America. Okay, do you see where I'm going with that? And so you need to know your reason why, just so you can have an idea of what your budget is going to be, and an idea of how much you want to spend on each category of things. And so if your goal is to try every Wagyu steak in America, or top 10 Wagyu steaks in America, then your food budget is probably going to be pretty high, but your budgets for other things might be a lot lower. If your goal is to just go camping for a few weeks, then your campground and campground accessory budget might be higher, but your restaurant budget, say, might be lower. And so just having that idea right before you start will really help you keep in mind how much you're spending, what you really should budget on, and what you should save money on. Because again, if you're going to check out all the Wagyu steaks in America, your food budget has to be high. And so you don't want to be anxious about spending all this money. You want to be like, nope, I'm going on this road trip to buy all the Wagyu steaks, so my food budget is going to be high, and I'm just going to be okay with that, And so I think that it's good to have an idea of why, and then even just have an idea of how much money you might spend on a couple different categories, like food, lodging, and then maybe an other category for just other random things that you might need to buy, and then an emergency category, I think is really good to have. So I hope that makes sense. I just think that knowing the why of your trip will help you budget, and then will also help you keep a little bit lower stress when you do see how much you're spending on certain things. Because if you're camping, you might spend more on campgrounds, but if you already have that in your head, then maybe when you see the bills, you might not be as stressed about the money that you spent, because you knew that that was the purpose of the trip. And then you can also just be like, all right, well, that might mean that I only go to one restaurant a week, or something like that. So with that in mind, so depending on your goal of the trip, most of these should still resonate, but one or two might not, because of the goal of your trip. But the next one is to go to grocery stores and don't overbuy perishable food. So I know that it is such a common idea. I'm going on a road trip. I'm going to get McDonald's every day. Okay. First of all, you can eat healthier than that. I believe in you. But second of all, you can go to groceries and save a lot of money and buy healthier food. Yeah, it might be a little bit more time consuming, but you're on the road. You're on a road trip. You can take an extra 20 minutes and go to the grocery store. That's not a big deal. You can save a lot of money, especially if you buy sales. And also, when you're going to the grocery store, don't overbuy perishable foods, And so if you know that you want lunch, you can go up to the deli counter and get a single serving of turkey and cheese, or you can buy one thing of hummus, or you can buy, whatever, a pre-made sandwich or or whatever. But don't buy 4 sandwiches. You know, don't buy too much perishable food because you might not eat it all. And then not only are you wasting food, but you're wasting money. So it's definitely better to kind of really pay attention to how much you know you'll eat and just buy as close as possible to that and not buy too much perishable food. And then really, I do recommend going to grocery stores as often as possible because you can just save a lot of money that way versus going to restaurants all the time. And by grocery store also, I mean any regular grocery store or a Walmart or Target or something like that. Okay, number 3, rarely buy anything at gas stations except for maybe a fountain drink. So gas stations, their food and stuff, way overpriced most of the time. Not always, but most of the time it's way overpriced. So just generally don't get in the habit of buying snacks and stuff at gas stations unless you have to. Unless something happened, you ran out of food in the car, which you shouldn't do anyway. You should prepare for that. If something happened and you need to buy food at a gas station, okay, fine. But limit that as much as you can, unless it's like one of those dollar coffees or dollar fountain drinks, that's fine. But just limit what you buy at gas stations because they really do jack up the price. Okay, number 4 or something, 3, 4, is don't buy something travel related just because it seems cool. Really think about if you need a, you know, whatever, a generator, an expensive tent or whatever before you buy it. Here's the thing. You can watch a million videos like this one or with other people who live in a car, other people who travel, and you can see all the stuff that they have and the stuff that they use. And some of it is going to be necessary for you as well, but some of it's not. We are all different. We all use different things. And so you might see that your top 5 favorite YouTubers have one of those big generators, but you might be going on a road trip and staying in hotels every night and you're only driving 100 miles a day. Do you really need that generator? You know what I mean? If you are more of a backcountry camper or you're really off the grid a lot, that generator might be a really good investment. But don't only buy it because you see someone else using it. You know, again, it's kind of the same with like a really expensive sleeping bag. I talk about that all the time, that I think it's really good to have a 0-degree sleeping bag if you're sleeping in your car. However, if you live where it never gets below 75 degrees, then having a 0-degree sleeping bag doesn't make sense to you. But it might seem like exciting to want to buy it because you see someone else buying it and you're like, well, they go on road trips all the time and they bought this, so I should have it too. While that is true for certain things, like emergency kits and first aid kits and pocket knives and things like that, that maybe everyone should have, for certain other things, you just gotta really, really, really think if it's something that's necessary for you and that you're gonna use and if it's worth the money. Because it's very easy to be like, that person has it, so I want it. Or that person has it and they're cool, so I wanna be like them, you know? So just kind of do a little mental inventory. Will I actually use that? Do I actually need it? Next is watch out for souvenirs and gift shops. By the way, I have no idea how to spell souvenirs. I typed it in here, it's red underlined, and even when I click it to like autocorrect, it won't even autocorrect, so I guess I'm that far off. No idea how to spell souvenirs. But anyway, watch out for them. When I go to places like Yellowstone, I love buying a little souvenir. I generally buy like a patch that's on my ceiling. I've also purchased like a stuffed animal bison, but it is very easy when you're going somewhere new to overspend on souvenirs, especially at gift shops, because again, they might jack up the prices a little bit. If you want to go somewhere and you want to buy a souvenir, 100% do that. Make sure that you know going in that you want to buy something. But it's just very easy when you go into a gift shop to just want to buy everything, and just kind of watch out for that, you know, because maybe you don't need all the souvenirs that you think you might want, and maybe your whole family does not need a t-shirt saying Yellowstone on it. Just think about it before. A lot of budgeting is thinking before you act. A lot of it, you know? So you might go into a souvenir shop and be like, I really, really, really want a patch for my ceiling. I guess you can't even really see them with this angle, but I have a lot of patches on my ceiling. You might go in there thinking that you want one, but then you might see a $50, I don't know, necklace or something. If you want it, cool, but just think about it first, and don't buy it just because it's an impulse buy, just because you're there and just because like you're in that vacation mode. You know what I mean? If you want to save money, you can't live in vacation mode when you're spending. So just watch out for that. It's fine to buy things, but just think about it beforehand if you're actually gonna use it, or if you're actually gonna love it, or if it's just gonna get stored away somewhere forever. Next, reusable water bottle. This is one of those things. I know earlier I said, really think about it if you need it or not. This one, I think everyone needs. It is so easy to spend $1 or $2 a day on water, which might not seem like a big deal, right? But if you think about that, that's $30 to $60 a month that you could save if you get a reusable water bottle. I have this little blender bottle that I think is the cutest thing in the world that I just keep water in. I don't know why I still have a blender in it. I don't need that, but whatever. It will save you so much money, and obviously like lessen your use of plastic, but it'll save you so much money in the long run if you have a reusable water bottle or 2, because then you can just refill it at really any gas station or places like that, I'm sure will let you refill it with water. Or I know that like gyms have water fountains. I know that, some libraries have water fountains, Targets, even some of them have water fountains. You could even go to Starbucks and just ask them to fill it. Some places will do that. And so you can save a lot of money. And again, you can save a lot of plastic if you just get a reusable water bottle and then, clean it every once in a while with some biodegradable soap. You can even do that outside if you have proper biodegradable soap, or just bring it into some bathroom at the gym or whatever and then just wash it every once in a while. But that can save a lot of money versus buying even a gallon that might last you a couple days. You're still saving a lot of money if you just invest a little bit more money, 10, 20 bucks into a water bottle. Next, get a gym membership specifically so you're not paying for daily showers. I have a Planet Fitness membership. I have the Black Card, I believe it's called, where I can go to any Planet Fitness in the whole entire country, and it's about $23 a month. And then some little like annual fee. But that means that not only do I have unlimited exercise, which I don't really do, but I have unlimited showers in most places in the country because most places have a Planet Fitness. I think there are also a couple other gyms that do this where you can pay a certain fee and go to any one in the country. But I think that it is a very good thing to invest in. I'm putting that in quotes because it's not a ton of money, but it is still a monthly fee. I think it's a very good investment because then you can take as many showers and obviously exercise as much as you want for that low price of $23 a month. If you compare that to how much a daily shower costs at some place like a truck stop. Do you guys know how much truck stop showers are? I've never taken one, but at least some of the truck stops, they are $12 for one shower. That means you could take 2 a month at a truck stop, or literally unlimited. You can go twice a day, walk in, shower, and leave for $23 a month. And so I think that getting a gym membership will save you a lot of money in the long run, especially if you're someone who's going to be on the road and you just want a place to shower. That's pretty easy. And you don't want to get a campground. You don't want to get a hotel. You don't want to get a day pass at a gym, which sometimes they might be free. They might give you a little free day pass, but sometimes it might be expensive. Or even going to a national park where sometimes you can pay to have showers. But I just think that obviously depending where you're traveling, if you're traveling to places that have gyms near them, it is the least expensive option. It's definitely the way that you're going to save the most amount of money. Okay, almost done. Get a national park membership so you're not saving for individual park fees. And so this is very similar to the gym shower one that I just said. If you think that you're going to go to 5 national parks in the next 2 weeks, get a national park membership card thing. They're $80, which again is a little bit of an investment, but then you can go to any national park as many times as you want for literally 12 months. So to compare, a 1 week pass at Yellowstone, meaning that you can go in and out of the park as many times as you want for 1 week, is $35. 1 year at Yellowstone is $70. And those prices, I don't know if they are for every national park, but I know that they are at least for some of the big ones. I know it's the same for Zion. I know it's the same for Glacier, for Yosemite, $35 for a week, $70 for the year. So if you know that you're gonna go to Glacier and Yellowstone and then dip down to Zion and then maybe do a couple more in Utah, get that $80 membership for all of the parks because you will save so much money. You'll save so much money. You can thank me later. You'll save so much money. Okay, the last one on here is use gas apps and or loyalty cards. And so there are some apps on your phone that you can download where it will either show you the cheapest gas in the area and or you can build up loyalty points and then therefore you can save money on your gas. You can do the same thing, which is kind of any loyalty program where you type in your number, and you can also do this at grocery stores and some other places as well. If you know that you go somewhere very often, see if they have some sort of app, coupon, sign up for my email, get a coupon, or loyalty program, and that can save you a lot of money. And I know that some of these might seem like you're only saving a few dollars here and there, but please know 2 things. First of all, a few dollars here and there adds up. It adds up so much. And 2, it's a lot easier to save money when you're looking at the smaller things. And some of the bigger things might even be more thought out and more necessary items. A lot of the smaller things are generally more impulse buys or things you don't think about because it's only a couple dollars. But just please remember that those couple dollars here and there adds up. It adds up. When you're doing it once or you do it once or twice, one Starbucks won't hurt. But if you're doing it every day, even if you're doing it once a week and you're thinking it's not going to hurt, that could still be 15, 20 bucks a month. you know, and then it just adds up. And so really, I know it's easy to think it's just $1, it's just $5, but those are the ones that you have to keep in mind the most, because those are the ones that rack up, and those are the ones that kind of get away from you. And so at the end of the year, if you add up all those things, you could have saved $1,000 on things that, you know, oh, I didn't buy a water bottle, I just went and bought a bunch of jugs of water, but wow, I ended up spending $200 on water that year. Certain things can add up. So I think that's going to be it for this budget road trip video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I'm going to do a lot of videos like this because there are so many ways to save money when you're on the road, or even when you're staying in one place. A lot of these could work when you're staying in one place. Like, everyone should have a reusable water bottle, you know, could save a lot of money, and plastic and waste and stuff like that. And so there are a ton of ways to save money. And again, if we do all of them little by little, we'll notice that we're just spending a little bit less money if we're just more conscious about what we are spending. And so I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you are subscribed to this channel for a lot more travel videos, and then I'm going to talk about budgeting and stuff as well. And I hope that you're following me on Instagram as well for more like daily updates and reels. I started doing reels and Instagram stories and stuff like that over there. And so again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I love you, Jesus loves you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.